York, the most haunted place in the country. Except Edinburgh, and London, and Glam's Castle, and anywhere else that wants to drum up a little bit of tourism. I mean, you might as well say Barnsley, home of South Yorkshire's most effective wishing well. So, given my scepticism, you can imagine my surprise when a genuine apparition agreed to be interviewed. Let's go and find out what he has to say. I'm here in the Golden Fleece haunted pub in York, and I'm joined by one of its permanent residents. Actually, maybe you'd like to introduce yourself. Really? Is that how you talk?
Yeah, no, I'm just messing about. I'm James. I've been haunting this pub for 45 years.
Hello, James.
Hi.
Oh, hang on. 45 years? You've been dead for 45 years?
47 years ago. I had a couple of years out in the 90s.
I see. Why?
I just hate Too Unlimited.
What's it like taking a couple of years off?
It was basically just staring into the empty black abyss.
Ugh. What could be worse than staring into the empty, black abyss?
Well, Too Unlimited.
Well, thank you for joining me today, for appearing on today's show. Well, as much as you can, what with you being a ghost and all.
Actually, in the supernatural community, we don't really like that word. And furthermore, although I'm currently at probably roughly 45% visibility, it can vary.
So you can control your transparency at will, then?
Not exactly. When I'm asleep or bored, I become a lot more translucent. But if I become agitated, I become a lot clearer.
Oh, so if I was, let's say, to annoy you, you'd become a sort of more solid mass.
Well, if you really irritated me, I'd just become solid and strangle you.
Actually, that's amazing. I've never heard of anyone being attacked by a solid apparition.
Well, no, how would they know?
Yeah, just be like a normal person.
Again, in the deceased community, we do like to think of ourselves as normal people.
No, James. I mean, normal people don't go around, disappearing when they sleep, for example. They don't go around strangling people just because they've annoyed them.
Well, perhaps you'd like to define normality, Pete.
It's not really for me to define normality.
It's not, no.
Actually, come to think of it, do you get much discrimination, what with you being part of the world of the deceased?
Well, yes.
Really? What kind of things do people say to you?
Oh, piss off back to your own dimension, you transparent bastard. You lot coming back here, taking our cellars, that kind of thing.
Do you not ever want to, rise up and defend your community?
No, I usually just push them down the stairs.
I see. Now, I have quotes here from Nigel Farage, the leader of the UKIP party, and he says, "I don't have a problem with the supernatural. A lot of my closest friends are monsters, but we cannot continue to have an open coffin policy on the undead."
The usual hypocritical bullshit. I mean, technically I have been here a lot longer than most racists.
Oh, so you have to stay here then, do you? Right here in the pub? What if they, knock it down, build a Tesco? Would you haunt the pickle aisle?
What the fuck is that?
That's just my winter.
Is that too unfucking limited?
What the fuck is going on?
Well, when they build a Tesco, you can haunt the cheese aisle.
No, Jesus fucking Christ, James! I was meant to go to Hull this evening.
Oh, well, every cloud.
And what about you? Why aren't you transparent?
Well, I'm still pretty pissed off about the ringtone, to be honest.
Oh, I guess that won't work now either, will it?
Your appearance is merely a superficial representation of your physical self. Your ghost is merely the remnants of your dying soul echoing for all eternity trapped in this room with me. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Well, if you enjoyed that, why not watch my other interviews, which I managed to do just before my untimely death?